Happy Uncle morning to all. I'm Danielle.
And I'm Ian. We are back from a 3-day weekend and now it has ended.
A foldable helmet, that's different.
Obama's reign has ended.
I'll be talking about the monster trucks in my You Heard It Here report.
Rio, does you know it's coming up at the end of the week? Stay tuned for my weather report.
She told me that she was going to throw all of you off with saying no puns. But anyways, there's some crazy playoff games on Sunday and Saturday, which I'll be reporting on coming up.
We'll be back with that and more
on the other side of the break.
Welcome back from the break.
Now it's time for the Tetzlaff play-by-play. For anyone looking to learn a different language, Mandarin Club will be starting this month on the 26th at lunch in room 205. The club will allow you to learn Mandarin in a fun way while also learning about the Chinese culture. All students who speak Chinese or those who want to learn are welcome.
And for anyone looking to be an engineer as a career, then robotics and engineering class might be for you. The ABC Education Foundation is hosting a robotics class for 7th and 8th graders. Students will be using the top-tier VEX robotic parts and the finest coding software to create robots. Even if you have no experience at all, you will be able to do projects that match your level of skill. Classes start on the 30th through March 1st, Mondays through Wednesdays, 2:30 to 4:30. Classes start at $220.
This week is Spirit Week. Today is Twin Day, where you dress like twins with your favorite person on campus. Tomorrow is Tetzlaff Pride Day, Thursday is Blast from the Past Day, dress in your favorite attire from the 60s, 70s, or 80s, and Friday is College Spirit Day.
Garden Club will be canceled today after school, but we will meet tomorrow and Thursday at lunch.
Let's check out the Tetzlaff calendar. Today is Twin Day and Practice Day for boys volleyball and girls soccer. Tomorrow is Tetzlaff apparel as usual and game day likewise. Thursday is Blast from the Past Day, and Friday is College Day and Minimum Day. Now it's time for the action and reaction.
Ever Oasis is a new action-adventure role-playing game set in a desert. Tethu, the main protagonist, is tasked to make an oasis by completing missions and quests to expand his or her village. The player is trying to save their brother, who was taken away by a mysterious force called Chaos. Let's go check it out. Ever Oasis is set to come out worldwide this year, so be on the lookout. See you next week with another game.
That concludes the Tetzlaff play-by-play.
We'll see you after the break.
Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929. He was a great wise person who worked for racial equality and civil rights in the USA. Martin experienced racism at an early age. His mother taught him how to read before he started school. He was an excellent student. In 1948, he graduated from Morehouse College. He earned his doctoral degree a few years after he married Coletta Scott. In 1963, Martin Luther King Jr. said his memorable speech, "I Have a Dream." His speech is now declared a national holiday on January 15th.
Welcome back.
Time to get into today's hot topics.
There have been many foldable bikes, but not helmets. A company has created a foldable helmet called Fend. The helmet turns into 1/3 of its original size. It is comfortable for any lifestyle, whether we are riding to work, school, or meeting up with friends. It has vents for cooling so that it does not overheat. This helmet might be the most futuristic over all other helmets.
Plastic can be hard to put together, but with the Form Card, you can put any plastic or make things with it. This device is called Form Card. It's made from a starch-based bioplastic that's non-toxic. Form Card is a type of moldable plastic that becomes soft and flexible after sitting in a cup of hot water. It's about the size of a credit card, so it can fit in any wallet. The Form Card also comes in different colors. A pack of 3 is $8. All right, you heard it here with Jace. What do you have for us today?
Good morning, Jace.
Monster trucks. Monster trucks takes place where a guy finds a monster of all things hiding in his junkyard. The monster then is hunted down by many people and gets into his truck. So, hence the name Monster Truck, because the monster is in the truck. Get it? Instead of monster trucks, it's a monster truck. If you don't get that, well, I don't either, but it looks it looks good, but I'm gonna see it over this weekend, and it's already out in theaters, so you guys can see it too. Well, that's all I have for you. You heard it here today. It's time for Jenna with weather. Good morning, Jenna.
So, hey guys, let's not waste any more time. Let's just call her off. Don't forget about our map here. Starting off in Tokyo, Japan, they'll be seeing a low of 29 degrees. Moving to the other side of the map, all the way at the bottom, Rio de Janeiro will be seeing a low of 77. Slowly moving back up to the top, Los Angeles will be seeing a low of 48, and all the way at the top in Anchorage, they'll be seeing a low of actually -5. So, negativity isn't cool, guys. That was not funny. Anyway, Tokyo will be seeing a high of 48. Moving to the other side of the map, all the way at the top, Anchorage will be seeing a low of -3. Los Angeles, a high of 59, and Rio de Janeiro, a high of 92. Rio de Janeiro, Rio is mostly covered in jungle. The Amazon jungle is the most significant, covering the mass amount of the country. There are more than 10 million species in the jungle. One of them is this lovely boa constrictor you see behind me. Many people like exploring and venturing into the deep, dark, dangerous jungle of many mysteries. Happy birthday, Max. You can look at this lovely picture of Max here. But happy birthday. So don't forget to send us your pics at Ungba Global on Instagram, and we might just put them on the air. Now it's time for Sports with Jameson. Good morning. All right. Before I start talking about the playoff games, I wanted to tell you about my snowboarding trip up to Bear Mountain. And I was going pretty good until this lady, who's kind of bad at snowboarding, decided to cut me off. So I hit the ground, and it really hurt because I was kind of going pretty fast. And she didn't say sorry, which I thought that was pretty jerky move. But then I decided to do a not very smart thing. I decided to speed up, and once I found her, I just did a beeline to cut her off. She fell on the ground, and I started laughing. Well, then after that, I had pretty nice runs after that. Well, now I'm going to talk about the playoff games, starting with Saturday. The Seahawks and the Falcons game. I thought the Seahawks were going to pull off a win at the very beginning, but then the Falcons come back to win 36-20, and the Patriots take a W over the Texans. Now for Sunday. It was a big day and a bunch of upsets. I have to say the biggest upset was the Packers beating the Cowboys and the Steelers winning the game by field goals against the Chiefs. Well, that's it for me. Time for the news.
So how's everybody doing today?
Good. So who's our guest today?
So let's get on to the first story. Quote, "Yes, we did," end quote, were the words that were constantly repeated by the past U.S. President Barack Obama at his final speech as president. His speech took place on January 10th in Chicago, Illinois. He stated that America is a better country than back before he became president. In the end, America's first ever African-American president will be leaving the office he has been at for 8 years. Do you think we'll ever have another president of his ethnicity? I think we will, actually. Yeah, maybe another eight-year round, but I think we'll get another African-American president, and maybe he can do great things just like what he did. So.
Disney has been working on a project based on the movie Avatar. This theme park is taking visitors inside the magical world of Pandora. The project Disney is bringing to life will mimic the bioluminescent forest and will duplicate the floating mountains from the movie. Therefore, the theme park will also feature hundreds of plants and boat trip across the Nava River. There will also be another ride that will take you through the air on back of the mountain banshees, giant bird-like animals. James Cameron, the director of the movie Avatar, said, I couldn't believe the park's authenticity, end quote. Avatar theme parks is set to open later this year. How do you think they'll create this theme park?
Probably. It's really hard to say.
I think they're just gonna imagine something and they're gonna create it, and we'll have a great water park for us, and it'll be fun.
What do you think, Christopher?
I think it's going to be very expensive, but if they pull it off, it can be something, very memorable. I think it could be something that a lot of kids will enjoy.
Yeah.
I think if I would go there, I think I would enjoy it though, because I like the movie, so it'll be fun. That's enough for the news.
It's time for today's segment where you show the world what they have. This young boy and his dad is helping to spread an awareness for blindness by running. At just 9 years old, Nicholas Tuchek ran his first marathon. Tuchek's goal is to run in all 50 states. Tuchek will complete his goal this July in San Francisco. This duo also ran in Australia and in Alaska. Sometimes they even do back-to-backs. Tuchek's quote, I do back-to-back sometimes, so when I wake up in the morning, you're in pain. It's just one of those kids that I'm helping, and that will definitely push me to complete it, end quote.
Now fill us in on the status of this week's web poll.
Yeah, we have Christopher. Good morning, Christopher. Will you please read this week's web poll question for us?
Should the wall be built on the U.S. and Mexico border?
Here's what you guys said. One fan said the wall should not be built on the U.S. and Mexico border because immigrants who want to start a new life in America should be able to. Another fan said yes because the U.S. can overpopulate and people coming from Mexico are undocumented. To vote, visit us online at ungba.com. You can also send your vote and comment to us on Instagram at ungbaglobal. Leave a comment with us at either place and your message just might make it on the air. So Christopher, what do you think?
I think that it's not fair. If this is the free country, then anybody should be able to join. I mean, it's not fair if they just lock out Mexico with the wall. Also, I think it's kind of racist.
That's true. Very true. Now for the FYI with Danielle. Good morning.
Let's read the FYI. What is the fastest time to solve a 3 times 3 times 3 Rubik's Cube? 1 second, 2.54 second, 4.90 second, 5.96 second. Take 5. .90 seconds. Lucas Eder, a 15-year-old, is the fastest Rubik's Cube solver.
Of Mexico, between the canals of Soquimillo, you'll find a small island with a sad background which never intended to be a tourist destination. This place is known as Isla de las Muñecas. The legend came from a man named Don Julian Santabarria. He found a girl drowned in mysterious circumstances. Shortly after her death, Julian saw her doll floating around in the canals. Julian picked up the doll and hung it onto a tree to show his respect. Later on, Julian was haunted by the spirits of the girl and started hanging more dolls in her attempt to please her spirit. Soon he realized that the dolls themselves were possessed by the spirits of dead girls. 50 years after collecting dolls and hanging them all over the island, they found Julian died of drowning at the same spot where the girl died. Thank you all for joining us. I hope you have a good day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.